Welcome to our video coverage of the Half Century of Progress show number 8, and joining me is the past president of the I&I Antique Tractor and Gas Engine Club, and he's co-chairman of this year's event, John Fredrickson. Nice to have you with us, John.
Well, thank you, and it's great to have all of you folks here.
Well, for the folks watching us on video here, tell me about what makes this show so unique.
Well, this is probably the largest working vintage farm show in the United States, maybe even the world. We have over 400 acres of crops and that are being harvested, tilled, you name it, it happens out here.
Now, it came about in 2003, I understand.
That's correct. That was the first. The first one was held across the road from the Farm Progress Show at Henning, Illinois. And then 2 years later, we came to Rantoul and have held it on the old Chanute Field Air Base ever since.
Now, the I&I has taken an active role in putting this show on.
That's correct. This is kind of a branch of the I&I. We do, many of the I&I members participate in this, and we have many volunteers from all over the Midwest that help with this show.
I know you've told me on the radio in the past that it takes volunteers to make a show like this work.
Yes, as far as this is one of the few shows this size that's basically coordinated with all volunteers.
We'd like to describe this show as the Farm Progress Show in retro.
Well, as far as this is kind of my favorite show. I remember attending the first Farm Progress Show in Armstrong, Illinois, and you know, there's lots of recollection of things that happened that day, which was only a one-day show. It brings back a lot of history here at our show today.
And this show does keep history alive.
That's right, correct. And we intend to keep it that way, as far as we've got equipment out here that's over 100 years old, some of it. There's a steam engine out here that the owner said it was 106 years old now.
That is amazing. And as you said, it takes a lot of volunteers, but it also takes a lot of work from the club members too.
That's true. We've got a good core of people that step to the plate and make it happen.
And this thing has grown to a worldwide event.
That's correct. I know there are people from at least 4 foreign countries here, and probably more.
And it kind of dovetails nicely into the Farm Progress Show because there's one day off in between the shows.
That's correct, and it was designed that way.
So as they come out this weekend to the show, they're going to see all kinds of field demonstration. Tell me about some of those demonstrations.
Well, of course, there will be corn shelling, corn picking, plowing, soybeans being harvested, and lots of other tillage work. And then there's a vast array of static display of tractors. I estimate there's probably 1,000 tractors here.
Some that are static display, and some of them going to be doing both static and working, like Earthquake.
That's correct. Earthquake is a favorite around here.
Tell me about that Earthquake tractor.
Well, it's one of the larger tractors that was made by the Wright Manufacturing Company. And Earthquake here at Rantoul pulls a 20 bottom plow.
That's amazing. And Raminators here this year?
That's correct. And that's probably the first time that Raminator has been here, but we just got a lot of support from a lot of people.
Including the city of Rantoul, and we want to thank them for hosting this event.
Yes, Mayor Smith and the other village officials and employees have been great to work with.
So as folks make plans to come out to the show this weekend, it goes through Sunday. They're going to use the south entrance into the airport here. Tell me about how to get here.
Well, as far as once you get to Rantoul, follow the signage. If you're to the general admission gate, if you happen to be a vendor or exhibitor, follow the signage to that particular gate.
Gates open at 7 each morning. It's $15 per person per day, or they can buy a special pass, a wristband, to get a special pass of $30 for all 4 days of the event.
That's correct. And we just are so pleased with the outcome that we've had today, and it makes it all worthwhile.
Well, we'd like to take time to invite you out to the Half Century of Progress show number 8 here at the Rantoul National Aviation Center. As John mentioned, it's very easy to find. Just follow the signage coming in. I want to thank you for allowing WITY to be a part of this year's show too.
Thank you, David.
John Fredrickson's been our guest. You can continue to listen to WITY online at WITYradio.com, on the air at 980 AM and 99.5 FM.